Good morning, students. We have a lesson about modal verbs and their meaning and using. How can we use this modal verb in our speech? First of all, you have to know the main modal verbs in English. They are must, have to, ought to, need to, should, can, could, and may, might. If we pay attention their meaning, they have many values and meanings in our speech. For example, must, it means obligation imposed by the speaker. Have to, it means obligation imposed by a situation, external obligation. Ought to means moral obligation denoting a duty, advice, or a reasonable action. If we shift to need to, means that necessity. Should means suggestion, advice. Can means possibility, ability, permission. If you remember, in our last lesson, we have some information about can, and it is past form of could. We learned these modal verbs according to their ability meanings and past possibility meanings in our last lessons. The next one is may. It means possibility and permission. The next one is might. It means possibility, higher degree of doubt, polite suggestion. Okay, there are some extra information of modal verbs, affirmative and negative differences. When we speak in positive form, in affirmative sentences, we can use their one meaning, and in negative sentences, we can use another meaning of these verbs. For example, have to has such obligation meaning in affirmative form, and it has don't have to lack of obligation meaning in negative sentences. You can see modal verb must. It has obligation meaning in positive sentences, I mean affirmative, and prohibition meaning. For example, we can use such kind of word, for example, mustn't, for prohibition meaning in negative sentences. And in positive sentences, we use need to, necessity in negative, don't need to, I mean lack of necessity in negative sentences. And can also such kind of meaning in affirmative form and negative form. For example, in affirmative form, it has possibility meaning, and can't has impossibility meaning in negative form. Dear students, you can see there are some worksheets for you for doing exercise at home related to modal verbs. For example, modals and related expressions. How can do this exercise at home? For example, you have to fill some gaps with modal verbs must and have to, in the first one. The next worksheet, in the next worksheet, you can also fill some. It was given gaps with modal verbs. In the worksheets, in the next worksheet, number 2, you have to use might, should, and must modal verbs for some gaps. The next one is also about modal verbs. Please pay attention their meaning. The last one, in the last worksheet, you have to use must and mustn't, need to and don't need to, should and shouldn't. Goodbye, my dear students. Thank you for your attention.